Okay. Hello, Internet. Lolly-ho. Final Fantasy XIV. I've been having connection issues the last few times I've streamed this, so I'm hoping my connection holds out here. Because I'm trying to get through the MSQ. One moment, let me check something real quick before I do that. See if there's any XP on this challenge log thing. What is that? Would that be crafting? Oh, it'd probably be Grand Company. No? Retainers? Okay, it's just skill. Derp, I should know that by now. Alright. But yeah, so I think I said this last time, but is it still on here? It's not. Okay, whatever. I got you the first part of the Eureka quest line. But besides that, slowly getting all my characters up to level 80. So Dragoon's there. I'm working on the ninja, so yeah. Anyhow, let us continue with the MSQ, because that is the plan. Oh, I gotta go all the way to flippin'. Oh, that checks how I was supposed to talk. Oh wait, never mind. Wait. That's not. What am I doing? A welcome guest. Jeez. Okay. Alright. Here we go. Okay, I'm considering if my connection keeps crapping out to just do create button clips in hour-long increments. Upload those at one at a time. I would rather not, because this is way more convenient to do like this. But that'd be not like this. I don't really have a choice. Or if the connection doesn't hold up, there's nothing I can really do about that. So, and also it's and the stress is this is causing me. I actually uploaded my my thing to YouTube in the wrong order. So I have video clips I put on there from my PS5 that are create button clips. But then I messed up the order. So the most recent one shouldn't have gone up yet, but I put it to public already, so I'm just whatever about it. So, or I'm not worried about it. So. It's one where I haven't flipped the switch on, so I messed up on that, but it's no big deal. So I am in a week in Destiny, so I'm kind of wanting to grind for levels, but I'm not worried about it. Cause since I'm back to focusing on the MSQ, I'm pretty sure I can get through this relatively quickly. Hopefully, anyway. Yeah, this level 80 is always here, it seems like. Not that I'm gonna try and challenge it. Weird, cause I would have thought that I would not have left the thing here to go talk to somebody, but oh, it looks like it's farther in actually. Click this where I talked to the oh no, I just completed the quest. I didn't get to the next part, so this is why I left this part undone. Cause I was why did I not just talk to whoever here? But I guess I also left because I didn't know how long it would be. Anyway, let's finally open our containers here. Welcome guest. Actually, it's just about ready to be designed.
I'm sorry. You mean to tell me not only that the return of night was your doing, but that you hail from another world as well?
Everything we told you, of the source, the shards, the 7 umbral calamities, all of it is true. I realize how fantastical it sounds, and I would not blame you for doubting our testimony. But given your expertise, you must surely have noted the peculiar nature of their souls.
Any other time and I would have dismissed your stories as balderdash and flummery. But upon closer inspection, 'tis plain their souls are far denser than is normal, and that they do not possess true bodies. Save you. Your body is your own. And your soul is the densest of them all.
As I said before, were it not for their heroism, the skies over Norvrant would still be awash with light, the realm yet at the mercy of 4-3 and the Sin Eaters. After all they have done for our home, seeing them safely back to their own, it seems the very least we can do.
Your tale is intriguing. Yes, very intriguing indeed. Simply to hear it is fitting payment in itself. As for your friends, I can but agree. Their valorous deeds on behalf of Norvrant are deserving of recognition, of their own fitting payment.
You will help us then?
I will. I would see my knowledge put to good use for a change. I do have one condition, however. I am not the spry young Numo I once was. As such, I will require assistance in my fieldwork and testing.
It would be our pleasure. We'll be laboring for our own benefit after all.
What exactly would rendeering our souls dormant entail? Yes, that does sound ominous. Maintain a component form your soul's concentrate for the surroundings. This world will be separated from these robots. Not too bright, are you, boy? Mumble. Ooh, it's back to question mark. Nice. No, actually, I'm in uncharted territory again. I mean, that being said, I have been, so it's whatever. Ready to speak of the metaphysical. I like the let's skip to the point. Or skip past the explanation. Purest of waters and finest of clays, as well as a fey lantern brimming with pixie magic. So the three things. I think mine would be more in the know about trying to get some clay than scavengers had to probably look through it, but I don't know. Either way, let's just say twine. I honestly don't know. Let's hope there's like something right here. Oh, there's 2 destinations. I'm like, what's that? Nothing. Oh, I guess there's more than one derp. Like, what's more than one destination? It's like, oh, that's right, I gotta get 3 lumps of clay. Never mind, that makes sense. Forget what I was just thinking. Man, I don't think Teslane's been brought up since the beginning of the expansion. That's a throwback. I mean, it's actually a neat little, notice that she brought it up, because it's she's still holding on to the whole traumatic experience that happened. We've done all this stuff, we brought the darkness back. We killed a bunch of sin eaters, but she's like, I couldn't save her. Oh. So here's hoping the Halric situation doesn't go badly.
Let us begin. I trust you've prepared the clay? Very good. Now, I would have you sculpt for me a porksy. Plump, with floppy ears and a short curly tail.
I didn't know Alize was skilled in artisanship or sculpting. So I think that was Alphino's. Well, he can draw, but I don't know if he can sculpt stuff.
A porksy. I think I know what you mean.
The Shrink's different stuff is called different things here.
There we are. How's that?
Well, it is certainly creative. There's no denying that.
Yes, I'm no artist. Very funny.
Pay him no mind, child. Though it may look like a grotesque parody of reality, it is what the invoker believes that matters.
You're not helping.
But I speak the truth. If successful, this incantation will turn imagination into reality. Which is why the only thing of import is what you believe this figure embodies. You must focus. Hold the Porksy's image steady in your mind's eye. Now then, as I taught you, relax and allow your energies to flow.
With flesh of clay I bid thee rise, on wings of dreams to touch the skies. What once was idle fantasy, I call forth to reality.
Not bad for a first attempt. Now, let us see what can be done for young Halric. Through the operation of the magics you invoked to animate this familiar, it is now replete with the energies required to stir the boy's soul. You need but give it a name, and it will do as your heart desires.
A name. All right, I've decided. Now. Go, Angelo!
Oh well, let's see. Oh, I see a reference. To Noah's dog.
Mother, I...
Oh, we might be able to save the village of Kobold Child. That would be nice. Oh, nice. He gives me the thing. I was like, I know which character, I just don't know their name, so I'm glad it gave it as an option. And patience. Where's at stake for? Okay.
heavens you're here!
Lady Chai, whatever is the matter?
I knew not where else to turn. Oh, this is all too much for my poor heart to bear alone.
Alone? What of Master Chai?
That is the very reason I summoned you. He's gone.
What? What happened?
It all began after the events at Mount Golg. With Lord Vorthry out of the way, we all agreed that a new leader must be chosen.
And so you held an election?
Yes, well, sort of. Not a single person volunteered to stand, you see. After a lifetime of leisure, we free citizens have grown somewhat indolent. Readapting to the harsh realities of life is trying enough, but to take charge of a broken city as well? No one wanted such responsibility.
Yeah, another word I don't think I've ever heard before, used in a sentence. Indolent?
Nevertheless, Yulmore could not well do without a leader, and so we decided that anyone and everyone should be considered a candidate. And after we cast our ballots and tallied the votes, the mayorship fell upon my dear husband.
Well, given the manner in which he orchestrated the construction of the giant Talos, none could deny his leadership qualities.
But even before then, he had proven himself at Daedalus Stoneworks, don't forget. He is more than qualified for the role. The perfect choice. Indeed. I told him as much when his victory was first announced. But perhaps I was too forceful in my attempt to encourage him. For shortly after that, he vanished without a word.
You believe he was so daunted by the burden of leadership that he felt compelled to flee? Please, Lady Chai, dry your eyes. Your husband does not strike me as the sort of man who would abandon his duty, much less his beloved wife. There has to be some other reason for his absence.
You truly think so? What about you? What do you think has become of my husband?
I have no idea, dude. I don't think any of the citizens of Yulmore would like go outside the castle because it's too dangerous. I don't know.
And there you have it, Lady Chai. You needn't worry. Master Chai loves you more than all the world, and he will return. Wherever he may have gone, rest assured we will find him.
Thank you, my dear boy. You have set my mind at ease. I will trust in my husband and await his return.
That's what it is. Dude, he's at the effing gate. I mean, it's probably faster to just go this way. Instead of, like, fast traveling from the north, because it's, like, the closest place is the Gnome Village, which is pretty far west. If I just go to the gate and go up, I would think it's probably faster path. Yeah, I think they're faster this way. Like, where am I going? I really still just like how like small the little marker is that tells you where to go on the mini map or whatever. I've never liked the mini map in this game, so nothing new. Oh my gosh. I left a letter for her. I guess she wrote it. I don't remember meeting Linda though.
Well, well, it's you again.
So I have met this person? I don't remember.
Well, I see you've invited your friends. Need them to fight your battles for you, do
I
you?
was talking to Chai, not me.
No, I didn't invite them, as it happens, though they are indeed my friends. Well, not only mine, but every true Yulmoran's. They are the ones who awakened us to the truth, to Lord Vorthry's villainy, the famous warriors of darkness.
Are they now?
Yes, they are. It would be no exaggeration to call them our saviors. We owe much and more to their kindness, but we cannot depend on that kindness forever. To do so would be a little different from entrusting our affairs to Lord Vorthry. Nay, we must learn to stand on our own 2 feet. And I would have them present to witness my attempt.
Hear, hear, Master Chai.
Your sentiments are admirable. Yet admirable sentiments do not a nation make. In my capacity as advisor, I once strove to build a better Yulmore. Gave honest counsel to my superiors, drafted laws for the benefit of one and all. But in time, my values fell out of favor. There was no need for them in this paradise Vorthry was creating. And so I left my homeland behind. But you, Chai News, you were content to wallow in indolence under Vorthry's auspices. And so I cannot help but ask myself what manner of nation you intend to build.
I can offer no simple answer to that question. But this much I will say. it is my hope that Yulmore can become a nation which her citizens might freely choose to build together. A great many people, myself included, flocked to Yulmore seeking sanctuary. The alternative being to live in fear and die in pain seemed an easy choice. And sanctuary we found. As much food and drink as we could ever want. Secured at the cost of the surrounding villages. Little wonder the people gathered at our doorstep, begging to work among the bonded. The free were blind to it all, of course. Content to, as you say, wallow in indolence. In ignorance. Were I mayor, I would first take stock of the city's resources and see that they were assigned equitably. Our days of reckless consumption are behind us. The distinction between free and bonded died with Vorthri. The needs of rich and poor alike must be considered if our nation is to survive. To which end I would take steps to secure channels for supplies, rekindle relations with nearby settlements. Goes on and on. But I am no ruler, nor even a politician. I am an entrepreneur. My expertise lie in planning and profit. I haven't the knowledge or experience to run a nation. Please, Rendon, will you not help me? Together, we could solve the city's problems. Build a Yulmore for the people.
Brandon looks like he has on the Dapper Gentleman armor set without the hat. Or the sneeze criminal just like dyed in a different color for the chest piece. I think that's what it is. It's like throwing me off. I'm like, I feel like I've seen this armor before. Anyway.
A Yulmore for the people. I rather like the sound of that. But before I offer you my counsel, I would be certain of your ability to perform the duties of office. You would? You ask me to help you solve Yulmore's problems, but first I would see you solve one on your own. Accomplish that, and you will prove both to me and the people that you are a man worth following.
Ugh. I like how he already has like a draft for the plan. Alright, give me a minute. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Or I guess I'll be back in a minute. Because I will be right back in here. 1 moment. And I'm back. Okay. Finding good help. If it plans on dying from this. saw that shot. Wait, what's R2X? Okay, I'm pushing R2X, dude. Oh, that was weird. I pushed R2X and it like didn't do it. I had to push R2 again. This is like a weird stuff section, but it's just one screen. Cool. I have to make sure they're all turned or what.
Right then, form a line and make for Yulmore.
What's that noise? Wicked White! Runaway Talos! Call the guard! Stay back! All of you!
Is that?
You know, I don't think we've seen the armor that, like, the Yomorans wear before. Or we haven't, I just forgot, but that's kind of neat.
Darling, you're back.
But of course I'm back. You didn't see... Dearest, I can't...
Oh! Oh dear.
Like how often it is like, I'm a healer. Let me handle this.
Oh, thank you.
That like never happens. That was like a super anime moment. It's like you never have like a healer mid cutscene like, oh, let me heal you.
I'm sorry, my darling. It's just the sight of you filled me with such joy, I couldn't help myself.
Oh, no, it's all right, dear. I should have just come out and said what it was I was intending, instead of entrusting the task to a hastily scribbled letter.
Does that mean you'll do it?
Well, I'm here, aren't I? I mean, not that my absence signified any unwillingness, you understand? Oh, naught could be further from the truth. I only left to enlist the aid of the former mayor's senior advisor. And now that I have it, I believe I am ready to take office.
Oh, how wonderful!
Please!
Ooh, orchestration. Nice.
Um...
Go on, dear.
Thank you all for gathering here today. But before going any further, could I ask the free citizens of Yulmore to look around? 'Tis a sight none of us would ever have seen under Lord Forthry's rule. Not only do we stand in the familiar presence of those we once called the Bonded, but today we welcome the peoples of the Derelicts and Gate Town too. Today we welcome the Warriors of Darkness, come to bear witness to Yulmore's new beginning. As you know, an election was recently held, at the end of which I had the honor of being chosen to succeed Lord Forthry. You place great faith in me, and I promise to do my utmost to live up to your expectations, and I will seek always to carry out the duties of this office with integrity and fairness. Always, I say, but not forever. Let it be known that I do not intend to hold this post indefinitely. I consider myself but an acting mayor, who will serve only for the interim, while Yulmore is reshaped according to a new set of values. No longer can we think of ourselves as divided, as the free and the bonded, citizens and non-citizens. The systems put in place by Lord Forthry must be undone. But even as we tear down the old, we must give thought to the new, to what manner of nation Yulmore should become. Whatever the answer may be, it cannot be decided by one man alone. And so I propose that an open forum be held, that we might all discuss how best to strive towards a better future. However, there can be no talk of the morrow unless we first address the issues of today. Securing new sources of food, rebuilding relations with our neighbors, re-establishing industry. There is much and more that needs to be done. Too much for a mere man of business. And so I pledge instead to do everything in my power to ensure our city's security and stability while we all work together to see these problems solved. The road before us will not be easy, and I know full well how daunting the prospect of honest labor may seem to some of you. But we must accept the reality of our circumstances. We must move forward. This much we owe to ourselves and to the brave heroes who risked their lives to bring back the night. Once we have shored up our city's foundations and regained some semblance of normality, let us reconvene to speak of the future. Until then, I humbly ask that you lend me and each other your strength. For Yulmore!
I find it surprising that the wife is like okay with that. I mean, I guess it makes sense, like post the Vossry stuff and like, you know, ending the whole situation they had, the decadence of the, you know, last city. I guess that makes sense. back to the Crystal Towers. I sure do not. I mean, weren't they different colors before? But then, like, we learned that he was related to the heirs, or not the heir. He was a descendant of the whatever the Allegan Empire royal family at the time was. I think like was the whole thing. Yeah. Okay. I was like, please tell me I'm right about this. It's like, okay, cool. I'm not misremembering it. I like completely forgot about the royal eye thing, but like I really did find out he was like related to them. So. Oh, that's how he controls the crystal tower with his royal eye. Good enough. Oh, okay, let me go back to the MP now. Of course, I'm gonna wait until I'm done with the rest of this MSQ because I don't want to keep having it back. So I'm just gonna finish it up. And then go back to the side stuff. We're doing a... Oh my goodness, several cutscenes, nice. Okay, make some progress. It's recommended that you set aside sufficient time to read these cutscenes in their entirety. I don't know, it never feels like these take a long time to like play all of them when I have these sequences, but I guess that's just me. I guess I shouldn't do that, it's just me, but I guess since I'm a person that plays for story and enjoys that stuff, it doesn't really bother me.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, voice acting.
I've carried out the treatment as per Master Matoya's instructions. It should slow the destabilization of their corporeal ether quite significantly. But tell me, how fare our friends in the First?
I wonder if it's gonna do a meanwhile and like go back to the Empire, because we haven't been there in a while. Nope, nope.
So this Becklug's the first to lead an authority on soulcraft, are they? Sounds promising.
And Urianger's proffered solution of white auracite is rather ingenious now that I think of it. Well, while they press on with their preparations, you may rest assured we will continue to do our part here.
Oh, you're back.
Justinian, you haven't seen him forever.
And none the worse for wear, I see.
Gotta say, it's kind of weird to see him not in his armor, but he's my other bro. Alphinode's like my main bro, but the Justinian's like my other bro. But yeah, anyway.
Estinian! Oh, thank the gods! We've been worried sick. Did you lose your link pearl or something?
The situation in Garlemald has become more complicated. I was making my escape from the capital when I ran into one of yours, Riol. He thought it best we come straight here.
More complicated how?
I also like how the music switches to the Heavensward stuff when he comes in.
Where to begin? After entering the Empire via Razat Han, I went about my mission of investigating Black Rose. It was then, inside a provincial factory, that I encountered the one who styles himself Shadow Hunter, Gaius Baelsar. Our goals being apparently aligned, we joined forces and ventured on into the heart of the capital, to the very Imperial Palace itself.
Oh, that's right. That's where we last saw Xenos and the king and stuff. I completely forgot about that. Well, I didn't completely forget, but you know what I'm saying. I haven't gotten back to revisit it yet, so I should see what happened.
There, we found a man whom all assumed dead.
Xenos. Galphus. Or whatever it is.
But his soul lives on. And he has wrested back his flesh. Xenos Ye Galvus.
Xenos Ye Galvus, okay.
Nor did the surprises end there. For no sooner had we arrived than he murdered his sire in cold blood. The Emperor is dead. This sent Gaius into a rage, and he charged in, blade drawn.
Echo. Oh man, we're going to see what happened. Yes.
What's wrong?
Oh, Krell has it too, nice. Because she is a Scion. That was such a cliffhanger, dude. Like it cut the clock. I was so annoyed. What? How can you just teleport me? Oh, I guess maybe he got like abilities when he got those eye things. I'm still surprised they killed the Emperor off like that. Like that was, I feel like that was just such a waste, but then whatever. I mean, it was more surprising and shocking than it was like, you know, I think it was like a bad thing. It just, when it happened, I was like, what? I still can't believe it. They're Syrian now. Okay, it was like these on the final building. So much like the Scorpion Company 7 remake. I'm kind of curious if it's the same model. What's going on there? What's similar? Actually thinking about it, I don't think we've been inside the like Imperial Palace like playable before. Huh. That's cool. The ultimate? That's volatile prototype. Search ultimate. Oh, and the music starts playing. Nice. a throwback though to like Kobe against Ultimo. All the way to Shadowbringers. That's pretty cool. Report to you.
Taste my lance!
Are you all right?
peer into my past, did you?
Well, I didn't quite relive the experience as you did, but I bore witness to it all.
I'm still not sure what I think of this gift of yours, but no matter. Our confrontation was cut short when the Imperial Guard arrived. It was then that Xenos took his leave, citing boredom.
To think their research into the Echo could bear such fruit. Escaping death, jumping from one body to the next, and returning to his own after all this time. He is an Ascian in all but name.
It beggars belief, aye. But no more than a hero traversing the rift between worlds. My concerns are far more prosaic. With the Emperor dead and the Crown Prince missing, the Empire is in disarray. Until order is restored, assuming it even possible, we needn't fear an Imperial reprisal. And for reasons of his own, Xenos took it upon himself to rid the world of Black Rose.
Oh, there goes Black Rose.
Riol has already gone to apprise the Alliance leaders of these developments. We may leave the matter in their hands for now.
Then perhaps we have seen the last of the fighting at Gimlet. Though, if it comes to civil war, I cannot help but fear for the provinces. Ah, I'd nearly forgotten to ask. What became of Gaius? Did he not escape with you?
That he did. But we parted ways shortly after leaving Garlemald. He claimed another threat had arisen which demanded his attention. He didn't elaborate, but the absence of some device or other in the capital gave him reason to believe they're planning something. Lest you worry, I believe he has well and truly shed the Black Wolf's pelt. Conquest is no longer his objective. We may safely leave him to his own devices.
Well, it's nice to have one less foe to worry about, even if we do have a mysterious new threat to look out for instead. Speaking of which, I'll see that Riol and Al Shinobi are made aware, though we still know next to nothing. It can't hurt to be vigilant.
Well then, with Black Rose nipped in the bud, I believe I've fulfilled my part of the bargain.
That's true, but with the Archon still slumbering away, we were hoping you might agree to stay with us for a little bit longer.
Sorry, but I'm not inclined to extend my contract. Gaius isn't the only one with business to attend to.
Thank you for your help then, Estinian. I see why Alphino admires you so.
Farewell, my friend. See that you don't make a habit of dozing off in battle.
I suppose we should all be getting on then. As ever, we will see to the Archon's needs. In the meantime, why not get some rest? You've more than earned it. Go on.
Meanwhile, Garmod. I had a feeling they hadn't done that in a while since London. Is it really breaking the civil war in the Empire? No. Cassian. Yep. Elizabeth. Oh, it's not Elizabeth. Light room figure. What? So we're finally gonna see Zodiac. This has gotta be post Shadow Fingers. Or possibly the I would imagine, because that would be the logical place to leave the story. And it keeps jumping places, so yeah. If we see credits after this, I wouldn't be surprised. It kind of looks like Ardbert, but I thought Ardbert was spirit form. Wait a minute, it says Wayward Warrior. Wait, what? Is Ardbert back? just him or is it all four of them? See our dream fulfilled. That doesn't make any sense because, like, if we saved the first because we brought back the dark, I don't understand like why he would still have any type of like what does he mean? Like our thing that our plan was or whatever. Virtuous deeds. In these new threats. Imperial capital's in turmoil. Is it just the capital? Or is it like all over? It's probably all over. Suppose we didn't push further into their territory. That seems like a missed opportunity. I mean, because we know that Black Rose is off the board, so there's no danger of chemical attack, but whatever. But then I guess if Xenos is back, right, it's not gonna matter, so whatever. There's only 2 Scions, so it's not like, you know, there's a bunch to choose from. Well, that are currently, like, you know, able to do their duties. Something real quick, just to see if it like explains what just happened. Holy crap, there's 2 sections for Pro Shard winners. I did not notice that before. Let's see. Okie dokie. Vegan thingy thing. Thingy thing. Oh wait, I can fly here.
They're here, Commander.
Oh, what's that do?
And I, for one, am grateful that they are. Told you've been busy since our paths last crossed at the Gimlet Dark. Not that I understand half of it. When the Scions spoke of other worlds, I'd struggled to describe what I pictured. Mayhap things would seem clearer were I to hear the tale from your own lips. But I'm afraid the situation will not afford us that luxury. I trust you two require no introduction.
We meet again, hero of Eorzea. Must we repeat this ridiculous display? I pose no threat to you. Though what I come to warn you of very well might.
Had he meant to do us harm, I hazard he would have kept to the shadows, and brought more than 2 companions. We need not pretend to be the best of friends, but I hope we can put aside our differences for the present.
As you are doubtless aware, Sir Estinian and I cooperated to rid the world of Black Rose in your absence. Our journey together took us as far as the Imperial Palace, where we witnessed Emperor Varus meet his death at Xenos' hand. Being the sole witnesses to this crime, and in no position to defend our innocence, we were then forced to flee, each pursuing his own avenue of escape. When we were later reunited, Estinian claimed to have encountered an unfamiliar kind of machina during his flight, but to me his description seemed anything but, and upon further investigation I found that I was right. The Empire is developing a new Ultima weapon.
What, that Allagan monstrosity, created to vanquish primals, with which you yourself once thought to conquer Eorzea?
That's the one.
The same. In my foolishness, I sought to harness its power, and became the Ascian's pawn in so doing. But you know as well as I how that tale ended. The weapon itself, excavated from beneath this very city, was destroyed ere we could fully unravel its secrets, and that should have been the end of it. But unlikely as it sounds, the Empire's efforts to recreate it have somehow borne fruit, primarily through secret research conducted by the 7th Imperial Legion, it would seem.
Wait, the 7th was all but annihilated at Cartano, along with its legatus.
Indeed, few survived. The 7th, as it is now, has little in common with the Legion led by Vandarnus, and its leadership has changed hands several times since. Precisely how this project has continued despite such turmoil, and under whose auspices, remains a mystery. What we do know, however, is that a number of prototypes have been produced, and that one of them is on its way to Eorzea. We attempted to stop it, but it was all we could do to slow its progress, so we resolved instead to bring you warning.
And right glad are we that you did, though it soundly dashed our hopes that tensions might ease at last.
As it is, we've begun to strengthen our presence in the Gimlet Dark, and are assembling a force to meet the coming threat. A force with you in its vanguard, I hope. Before you say anything, I know full well you have pressing concerns of your own. Your comrades remain in peril, and I would not ask you to forsake them. But the fact remains that you, and you alone, have faced the Ultima weapon, and emerged victorious. We need you. And so, when the time comes, if your comrades can spare you, I bid you lend us your strength. I've assigned an officer to await your word.
The Ascian's downfall was to be the work of my remaining days, but it was my hand that kindled these flames, and I cannot allow them to spread any further. I will do what I must to see this mistake consigned to history once and for all, even if it means begging your aid. The Fates will enjoy the irony, even as I endure the ignominy.
I too shall make for the border and offer my skills, meager though they seem in such company. Mayhap we shall meet there anon.
Though we can ill afford to ignore the coming of a new Ultima weapon, our friend's plight grows ever more precarious, and none save you can join them in the first. I only hope you are not forced to make a choice.
That's a bit ominous foreshadowing of like having to make a choice. You can't be two places at once. Devotion, but I'm not going to read it right now, so...
Now that we are all here, what news from the source?
A new Ultima weapon. We must count ourselves lucky that Gaius has pledged his assistance.
While this is indeed a worrying development, I think the state of the Empire as a whole greater grounds for concern. With the Emperor slain and Xenos returned, it is impossible to predict how matters will unfold in Garlemald. The Ultima weapon may be but the first of many unpleasant surprises.
The situation beareth closer observation, of that there is no doubt, and doth compound our need to return unto the source.
Then let us address that issue. Our long search for a means to see you safely home may well be nearing its conclusion. Thanks in large part to Urianger and Becklug's invaluable insight, we have succeeded in fashioning a vessel for the journey.
We set out to create a crystalline container retaining the more useful properties of white aurosite, but without its regrettable limitations. And, after a good deal of trial and error, we made one. An ark for soul and mind both, that will allow your incorporeal self in its entirety to be ferried between worlds. A spirit vessel, if you will. However,
well, so much for a nice resolution then.
However?
Right off the note, anyway.
Though the vessel is possessed of the requisite qualities to hold mind and memory, it wanteth yet for a means to receive of them. For that, we must needs imbue it with the Exarch's innate gift.
A gift that lives on only through the blood of the Allagan Emperors, which certainly does not flow within aurosite or any other crystal.
Just so, milady. The blood serveth as a conduit of sorts. In its absence, memory cannot pass from mind unto mind, nor from flesh unto crystal.
That being the case, we must either alter the process of inheritance so as to require no such thing, or determine a means by which my blood may permeate the vessel. I am hopeful that the records found within this tower will yield the knowledge we require to pursue one or the other of these avenues.
as well you should be. The Allagan's body of etherological research is extraordinary. I can scarce believe it the work of ages past. But its underlying principles are not so very different from those of my own field of study. Given time, we will find the answers we seek.
I know that you can ill afford to wait, and it pains me that I must ask you to do so. I can only reaffirm my promise to you that a solution will be found. Whatever it takes, I will see you safely home.
My apologies.
I do hope you haven't come to tell us that mortal peril fast approaches.
No.
I had hoped to speak with the Warrior of Darkness. But there is no need to cut short your meeting on my account. I will be waiting outside.
Why not speak in here? She knows I don't mind. Unless she didn't want to.
Perhaps I might accompany you. Though I am woefully ill-qualified to assist in the Exarch's research, I may yet be of some use to Lena.
Do they have to kill it? She'll come back to life or something, or turn them.
Did you slay this eater? Your orders were to await the main force before engaging.
No, Captain. It wasn't us, I swear it. A man came out of nowhere and cut it down before we knew what was happening.
Probably Ardbert.
By himself. Certainly it is no light warden, but nevertheless.
It's true. Felled it with a single swing of his axe, he did.
Yep.
I've never seen anything like it. So I says to him, "Who are you, the warrior of bleeding darkness?" And he says, "No, I'm a warrior of light." And that was it. Buggered off as quick as he came.
Interesting.
A warrior of light?
Why would someone go around calling himself that, though? It was those bastards who caused the flood.
Oh, that's right. Okay, they were originally the Warriors of Light, and then they became Warriors of Darkness. Because, okay, derp, derp, derp.
I mean, if you were going to pretend to be anyone, it'd be him, the Warrior of Darkness.
Oh, that's right, because they asked you to trick them. Okay, I keep forgetting. Or I don't keep forgetting, but it's just like there's like so much that's happened to keep track of.
Hey? Oh, I didn't know. It's an honor.
Since the Eater is no longer a threat, our work here is done. Return to your posts.
I had hoped to fight at your side today. But I'll continue to follow your example, and may we meet again.
I apologize for the wasted journey. It seems I overestimated the threat. As for this Warrior of Light, I do not know who would be brazen enough to take that mantle for his own. Whatever it may once have meant, it is forever tainted by the association with the Flood.
Okay, yeah, whatever it may once have meant is forever tainted by the association with the Flood.
The Exarch told me the truth of Ardbert and his comrades' deeds, and I am aware they played some part in your own triumph. But to most, they are synonymous with the calamity that befell this world.
Oh, I have to go back and see, like, what their thing was. Like, was it, I can't remember, dude. The promise, or whatever.
Still, if this man is minded to destroy Sin Eaters, I may forgive him his unfortunate choice of alias.
I imagine it was probably something like, you know, do right by their memory or something. So now he's like, come back to restore the title of Warrior of Light or something. But I forgot, so...
But that is neither here nor there. I thank you for accompanying me.
With that concluded, shall we return to the Crystarium? There is a proposal I should like to make.
Forgive me. There is one more thing. A personal concern of mine. I had hoped you might have a moment to speak privately.
Take your time. I shall go on ahead.
I will not mince words. This matter concerns the Exarch. Though his countenance belies his age, his demeanor never has. He has seen more than any man should and grown ever more weary with time. But I see I give the wrong impression. While it is true he attempted to open a letter with a salmon fillet the other evening, we are not here because I suspect his mind is deteriorating. Nor do I believe him to be so maddeningly unconcerned by the prospect of his own death as he once was. Indeed, the opposite is true. It is for this reason that I seek your advice. Since he returned from the Tempest, the Exarch is not as he was. He seems a different man. A younger man. I know not the details of his research, but when I saw him at work recently, there was a glint in his eye that I had never seen before. He looked happy. It was as if he had peered into the future and for the first time found joy there. Though it gladdens me to see him thus, I wonder if I should not keep my distance. I fear that my presence will only anchor him to the past, remind him of all the pain that came before.
Well, I'm not going to say this one because it's very disingenuous and misleading, and also like not true, deceptive and borderline lying. But it's like, I mean, yeah, I can't say this one because I'll just say this one. There's like options.
Is that so? Then perhaps we might remain as we were. As we have always been. What a relief. In that case, I will have to speak with him about the amount of time he is spending at work.
Wait a minute. She's kind of implying... Wait, is she implying that they're like... a couple?
This research is important, I know, but if he refuses to consider his own health, I will have to consider it for him.
I can see that she was implying that though. Facing the truth. Wait a minute. Am I the right way? I don't know. That might be too high, dude. I think too high, dude. Yeah. That's cool. Okay.
Yes, this looks to be nearly everyone. Let us begin, shall we? Though I am usually the first to hold forth at such events, I think on this occasion that honor should fall to you.
They would be more inclined to take the word of the Warrior of Darkness.
Indeed. In light of the subject matter, who better than thee to speak these truths?
Wicked White? The Warriors of Light did all that?
So they never... I mean, they only ever wanted to help. And when everything they'd done turned to ash, they still carried on.
They gave everything to stop the flood. First their lives, then their souls. And they managed it too, in the end. They saved us. And we cursed their names.
This should go a long way towards clearing the air.
Oh, snap. Grenades.
Impossible.
I was about to say, can only I see him as he still in ghost form, but apparently he's not.
I definitely see something. You don't think it's a ghost, do you?
Nay. Yonder standeth no bloodless apparition, but a warrior of light and darkness both. Ardbert.
What in the world?
It's you! The one who slew the Eater!
That it should be the Warrior of Darkness who brought the truth to light. You've saved me a fair bit of time. Though I have a few words of my own to say, if I may. People of the Crystarium! I am Ardbert, one of those you know as a Warrior of Light.
That's impossible. You should be dead.
Aye, that I should. But as the world has been given new life, so too have I. I know not why I, and I alone, have been gifted this chance. But I do know this. Only by the will of the star itself could such a miracle come to pass. The hero who stands before you now, the warrior of darkness, is not of this world. And the day will come when he must return to his home. But this land is our home. And if it is to remain so, now and forevermore, it is we who must protect it.
Someone just spilled the secret.
The time to rely on saviors from afar has passed. It is you who must rise. You who must become the new warriors of light!
What? Us? Warriors of light?
None of us were born heroes, my friend. I was only ever a man with a thirst for adventure. But wherever my journeys took me, I was invariably confronted with the same choice. To lend what aid I could to those in need, or not. And I always chose the former. Any one of you could do the same. All you need is the will to help your fellow man, and the resolve to see it through.
From thine own lips did we learn of Ardbert's fate, and by thy countenance I gather thou art not inclined to recant thy testimony. Yet whosoever this man may be, his words hold truth and resonate with the citizenry besides. For us to voice our doubts here and now would serve but to sow disquiet. 'Twere better we retired unto the ocular and there discuss this matter in private.
Go. I will stay here and watch.
So, that is a warrior of light of the first. I've not had the pleasure of making his acquaintance, but as you all seem to be in agreement, I gather this is no simple case of mistaken identity.
As far as I was able to discern, that was indeed Ardbert. It has been a long time, but not that long. Could he truly have been resurrected as he claims?
What? How are both of these no? Whatever. You have to say absolutely not, but whatever.
Ardbert did entrust his very soul unto thee. I see no reason to question thy judgment.
Nor I. To my eyes, your ether burns as brightly as the day you slew Emmett Selk. That is proof that he is with you still.
Oh, so it's an imposter. What?
Yet that which standeth now before the people is far more than a passing imitation. I am reminded of the cardinal virtues, though a sin-eater he is not. which leaveth but one plausible explanation.
Awesome.
That he is an Ascian.
I love how that's always like the go-to of like, I can't explain this, but something is nefarious going on, or something bad. It's an Ascian. It's like, oh, I was just guessing. I'm like, yep, okay. I mean, I've been saying that every time, so I'm glad to finally have it like repeated out loud after I said it.
Given their fondness for posthumous possession, I would have to agree. From what I understand, the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Yulmore by those whom they had aided in life. At the time, some few still remembered them as heroes. Needless to say, 4 of them were subsequently exhumed to serve as the Virtues. And if one knew where to look, Ardbert too would not have been difficult to find.
Assuming then that this is indeed the work of an Ascian, my mind inevitably turns to the last remaining paragon to survive the Sundering.
Elidibus.
I guess we haven't seen him since he left the throne room situation.
That Xenos hath reclaimed his own flesh is known.
But that's the thing, though. It's like, he was in the source, and now he's on the first. That's kind of like, I guess Ascians are, but I don't know, can Ascians just travel between realms like that? I guess they can, because Emmett Silk was on the source world. And he was here, so yeah, that makes sense. Anywho.
Thus evicted from his borrowed form, and cognizant no doubt of Emmett Selk's failure here in the first. 'Tis quite possible the emissary chose Ardbert for his next vessel.
Inhabiting the flesh of the fallen. My, that is unsavory. And they do this often, you say?
Yep.
Verily, for they possess no corporeal forms of their own. In what one may term their natural state, none save those gifted with the echo can perceive them. Indeed, when Elidibus intruded upon the waking sands, his presence did go unmarked by all save Ninfilia and the Warrior of Light.
Wow, that was...
On that occasion, I myself remained ignorant of his coming until after his departure.
Dude, I just thought, like, Elidibus has been, like, around since the beginning, and that's quite impressive. Because I was back in the Realm Reborn. Or, well, no, that, or, like, post a Realm Reborn. Or, like, the beginnings of Heaven's Word. But, like, yeah, because we hadn't left yet. We're still in the Waking Sands, right? So, yeah. It's crazy. Like, he has been around a while. Oh, I guess that makes sense, right? Because we didn't know who it was until in the Stormblood or Shadowbringers. So we didn't know who the other Ascian was. We didn't know their name. We just knew it was like the white-robed one. And then we learned about like the differences. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So yeah, I wonder if it is Elidibus. But then, like, if that's Elidibus, then who's the white-robed person back in the source that was talking to Xenos? This game's so good. It always is like, the breadcrumbs are just always like perfectly spaced out. It's like, what is around the corner? Like the next story beat.
'Twas only at a later juncture, when he deigned to appear before me in borrowed flesh, that I was finally able to take the measure of him. In such puppetry do the Ascians engage when they seek to influence the course of history.
And they have gained much by it. Emmett Selk single-handedly built the Garlean Empire in this manner, while La Hebrea came close to conquering Eorzea, having taken possession of Thancred's living body.
Yet it must needs be noted that the Ascians cannot avail themselves of all mortal vessels. For were they able to do so, none would serve as a better pawn than our own redoubtable champion. Mayhap the blessing of light shieldeth Hydaelyn's chosen from Ascian influence. Or mayhap other forces are at work. We cannot say for certain.
Probably the blessing. Because Hydaelyn and Zodiac are opposites, so it would make sense of, like, that they could, like, repel the other's influence.
Whatever the reason, I hope it holds true. I dare not contemplate what might come to pass otherwise.
Is it not peculiar, then, that Ardbert's mortal remains should be susceptible, given that he was once a warrior of light? Or did the final departure of his soul make it possible, perhaps?
Wait a minute. Well, that doesn't seem like she said final departure, so it's not like, you know, halfway departure, therefore me and all the signs are vulnerable, because they're not completely gone, they're just, like, partially. Oh dear.
Regardless, to hear an Ascian use him to call forth new warriors of light boggles the mind.
Elidibus hath ever been an enigma, his ostensible purpose being to preserve the balance between light and dark. When he made overtures towards me, however, I was afforded a glimpse behind the mask of the self-appointed emissary. I shall not defend mine actions, undertaken in pursuit of a better understanding of our foe as either wise or prudent. Nevertheless, what little I did glean may now prove useful. Elidibus possesseth a subtle mind, practiced in the art of manipulation. That he coaxed this star's most valiant heroes as far as the source with naught save half-truths is no trifling feat. And now I believe he doth employ his skills once more to some as yet unknown end. Though naught is certain, should my suspicions prove true, we shall have need of all our wits if we are to uncover and thereafter thwart his plot.
Agreed. 'Tis plain that simply speaking out against him will not avail us. At best, it would only serve to confuse the people. And I would hesitate to do anything which might tarnish Ardbert's reputation once more, nor yours by association. That being the case, it may be wise to keep a covert eye on this Artbird's movements, as we attempt to discern his purpose and how best to mitigate his influence.
His performance appears to have concluded. What now? Go back out and follow him?
"'Twould appear Master Alphino already hath pursuit in mind, and I suspect one pair of eyes shall better serve our cause than half a dozen. Let the rest of us maintain an inconspicuous distance, for the present at least.
Sleep disturbed. Alright, I think I already pick up here next time. Let me see if it has the, well, let me see if I leave it all. Tell me where to go next, because I don't want to, well, I guess I know where to go, since it's not right here. That's pretty funny. Alright. Actually, I don't need to go back to the source, I can just log out here. Oh, I was just there, wasn't I? The pins, right? I think it's the pins. It's not the pins. Oh, yes. Oh, man. Yeah, next time I'm just gonna keep going with the main scenario quest, so until I get to the end of this. And then I'll jump back into the side quests, because I don't want to have to worry about not having made enough progress on the main quest to, like, not be able to do the side quest, which is why I haven't gone back and done this yet. It's gonna be the first side thing I do, but, you know. I'm just gonna, like, save myself the trouble and just get through the rest of the MSQ, and then I can jump back to all to that, and then, other side stuff, but then that's really not active, so, yeah. And then I am doing the Eureka stuff, off stream, but I'm sure letting it, and I've gotten through the first part, I'm like level 20 on Eureka right now, so I gotta do 20 to 40 for part 2, in the second area, which I haven't started yet. The third area is like 40 to 60, and that's that. And then I can jump into, well, wait, I won't. Or, like, you know, I want to play through that before I start the potion stuff, because I'm going to use that to level up all my characters, but like I said, it's a side thing, so I'm doing all the side stuff after I finish up the main scenario quest stuff. But yeah. So, you know, my character, well, all my combat classes updated, so slowly but surely. At some point I need to level up my, or not level up, but like, get my crafting stuff, kind of, you know, at least done a bit, because I'm running out of inventory space. So, yeah. Virtual states. I think I need to do one more opponent, and I can get this card. Then I can get one of these, which would be nice. Anyhow, that is it for now. So yeah, until you see or hear from me again, thanks for watching. And I am now signing off.